Now, after having concluded the first third of the season, the Knicks hold a 16-11 record, placing them 5 games behind the Eastern Conference leading Boston Celtics. They currently possess the 8th best net rating in the league. With potentially 2 legitimate All-Stars and a leading candidate for the 6th Man of the Year award, the team has successfully navigated a significant setback, overcoming the loss of their starting center with stellar performances from their backup center, who could secure a starting role on many other teams in the league. Although acknowledging that the first 27 games weren't flawless, given the challenges posed by their schedule, the team has managed to avoid a more dire situation. The upcoming games the rest of the month will be pivotal in revealing the team's true capabilities, testing their resilience against some of the league's top teams. Now let's delve into a more detailed analysis of the most recent 7-game stretch. Celtics 133, Knicks 123. R.J. Barrett and Jalen Brunson shared the scoring lead for the Knicks with 23 points each, while Julius Randle contributed 20, and Emmanuel Quickley had 17, as the Knicks suffered its second consecutive loss. Despite a solid 53.5% shooting performance in the first half, the Knicks trailed Boston by 9 going into halftime. The Knicks faced defensive criticism from coach Tom Thibodeau following the previous blowout loss to Milwaukee in the NBA's in-season tournament quarterfinals, but were no better defensively against the Celtics. Thibodeau acknowledged the need to address the defensive issues, emphasizing individual responsibilities, ball containment, improved ball pressure, and more effective shot challenges. Late in the game, Brunson sustained an undisclosed injury, with Thibodeau awaiting information from the medical staff. The fact that Brunson was still in the game when it was already decided is indefensible, and a really bad look for Tom Thibodeau. In the matchup against Boston, the Knicks really struggled defensively, allowing the Celtics to exploit open looks on three-pointers through strong ball movement. The resistance offered by the Knicks was minimal when Boston sought to penetrate inside. Despite a comeback attempt after Jaylen Brown's ejection, with the Knicks narrowing the deficit to 119-112, Boston regained control, extending the lead to 11 points on a combination of a basket and 2 free throws by Derek White. Before we move on, we know you wouldn't want to miss out on more exclusive content like this. So, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with all the latest in the world of the Knicks. Let's continue. Knicks 136, Raptors 130. Despite facing a significant setback with the absence of their star center, the Knicks showcased their strength in depth and balance against the Raptors. Led by Julius Randle's impressive performance with 34 points, along with strong contributions from Quentin Grimes and R.J. Barrett, the Knicks defeated the Toronto Raptors 136-130. The game marked the first time this season the Knicks introduced a new starting center due to Mitchell Robinson's injury. Robinson will be out for a minimum of 2 months due to a stress fracture in his ankle, requiring surgery. However, the Knicks remained confident in their ability to adapt, overcome adversity, and come together as a team to find success without him. In the fourth quarter, the Knicks demonstrated their depth and resilience. Grimes, who had been struggling to find his rhythm, made critical plays during a crucial 7-0 run, which turned the tide of the game in the Knicks' favor. Contributions from Josh Hart further solidified their lead and secured the victory. Head coach Tom Thibodeau commended the efforts of the entire team, especially the bench players who stepped up in the absence of key players. Despite also missing guard Emmanuel Quickley due to knee soreness, the team showcased their unity and the importance of every player's contribution. The victory was significant for the Knicks, who had recently suffered tough losses to Milwaukee and Boston. Furthermore, this win came during their only home appearance in their first 9 December games. The team is set to embark on a road trip for their next 5 games before returning to Madison Square Garden on December 23rd. With a solid performance from Jericho Sims at center and strong efforts from Isaiah Hartenstein off the bench, the Knicks exhibited their adaptability and determination. The first quarter showcased Randle's dominance, but it was Barnes's three-pointer that tied the game at 35 going into the second quarter. The Knicks ultimately held a 66-60 lead at halftime. The thing about the Knicks, you never know what's going to happen in their games, but one thing is certain. They always dominate the possession battle. Well, except for the game against the Raptors. The Raptors outplayed them on the boards, grabbing offensive rebounds left and right. But don't worry, the Knicks tightened up in the fourth quarter and only allowed one offensive rebound. From now on, let's keep an eye on the rebounding margin in every game. Thankfully, the Knicks won't have to face the Raptors for a while. They've been a thorn in the Knicks' side on the boards, even with a healthy Mitchell Robinson playing. But don't sweat it, other opponents shouldn't pose the same challenge. Did you catch the passing display in this game? It was a thing of beauty. The Knicks had a rare 36 assists, with Brunson and Hart leading the charge with 9 and 8 respectively. And let's not forget about Randle and DiVincenzo, who contributed with some sweet passes too. Randle's passing was even more impressive than his assist count suggests. The ball was just zipping around the court, leading to great looks and high scoring efficiency. The Knicks shot an incredible 70.3% effective field goal percentage, the second highest during the Thibodeau era. Speaking of impressive performances, Julius Randle has been on fire lately. After being named Eastern Conference Player of the Week, he's been averaging 31.7 points per game, putting him in the top 5 in the league during that stretch of games. He's also keeping pace with Giannis for the best effective field goal percentage among high-usage players. The guy has been unstoppable lately. Despite the challenges they face, the Knicks remain focused and determined to keep winning, especially with the serious firepower they have been packing offensively lately. With their dominant possession game, improved passing, and Randle's unstoppable scoring streak, the team appears ready to make some noise out west. Sports bettors! Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back. Real-time in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds, boosters, props, and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional customer service. We got it all. Who do you like in today's NBA action? Check out the link in the description to receive a 125% bonus match on your deposit when you sign up for BetUS.com. Where the game begins. Jazz 117, Knicks 113. Julius Randle had another strong performance with 32 points and 12 rebounds for the Knicks, now scoring over 30 points for the third time in his last 4 games. Although his scoring was limited in the fourth quarter, he stepped up as a playmaker. The Knicks faced major challenges against the Jazz, suffering their third consecutive road loss with 4 more away games on the horizon. Despite trailing 106-89, the Knicks fought hard and narrowed the gap to 115-112. They had 2 chances to tie the game, but Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson missed crucial 3-point attempts. Jalen Brunson stressed the need for better defense and a better overall performance from the team after the game. Coach Tom Thibodeau addressed the team's struggles from beyond the arc, shooting a disappointing 9 of 39 from 3-point range. The Knicks initially took the lead, thanks to Randle's dominant scoring, but lost momentum when the bench unit struggled. Despite a strong effort again from the starters to close the gap, the bench's struggles resurfaced and allowed the Jazz to take control. One key aspect deserves attention in analyzing this game: free throws. The Knicks had 32 attempts, their third highest of the season, but missed 10 of them. In games where they miss at least 9 free throws, the Knicks have a poor 1-4 record. These missed opportunities have cost them victories and now have dropped them lower in the conference standings. Their free throw shooting needs improvement, as they currently rank as the 3rd worst free throw shooting team in the league this season. This game was particularly frustrating, with 6 missed free throws in the fourth quarter alone. These missed opportunities were inexcusable and highlight an area that needs urgent attention. During the first 15 games of the season, the Knicks ferociously out-rebounded their opponents, yet again establishing a crucial part of their winning formula. However, over the past 8 games, they have been out-rebounded in 5. The recent game against Utah was particularly disappointing, as the Knicks allowed the Jazz to grab over 50 rebounds for the first time this season, while securing only 46 themselves. This marked their second-worst rebounding margin of the year. The absence of Mitchell Robinson, a key player on the boards, has contributed to this decline. Additionally, the matchup against Utah presented another challenge, with the Jazz boasting multiple 7-footers on the court, giving them a size advantage across the lineup. But the issues go beyond that. In the game against Utah, even 6'3" point guard Colin Sexton managed to secure 4 rebounds, including a crucial offensive board during the Knicks' comeback attempt in the fourth quarter. Impressively, 8 different Jazz players grabbed offensive rebounds, 3 of which were by second-year guard Ochai Agbaji. Addressing these rebounding concerns is vital for the Knicks' future success. Failing to do so could undermine the solid foundation they have built, putting their promising season in jeopardy. The Knicks have generally excelled in their three-point shooting this season, converting at least 38% of their attempts in 16 out of 23 games. This has often led to favorable outcomes for the team. However, when their three-point shooting is mediocre, the Knicks have struggled to secure victories. With only 1 win out of 6 games, where they shot between 30 and 38%, the team's success heavily relies on exceptional three-point accuracy. In their recent game against the Jazz, the Knicks hit a disappointing 23.1% from deep, making only 9 of 39 attempts. This has now resulted in a winless record of 0-6 in games where their three-point shooting falls below 34%. Notably, key players like RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Quentin Grimes struggled with their three-point shooting during the game against the Jazz. On the defensive end, the Knicks also faced challenges as the Jazz consistently found good looks from beyond the arc. Although the Jazz finished the game shooting 38% from 3, the Knicks also struggled to defend the perimeter, allowing Utah to exploit this advantage and create open driving lanes. This game highlighted a concerning trend for the Knicks, with their defense ranking as the worst in the NBA over the last 4 games, despite having the 4th-best offense during this period. Their inability to get defensive stops has hindered their success, with only 1 win during this stretch. Knicks 139, Suns 122. Jalen Brunson's 8th three-point attempt of the night initially appeared off-target, hitting the side of the rim and bouncing around before fortuitously dropping through the net. Despite the unconventional trajectory, the 6th-year guard, who was on fire throughout the game, benefited from a shooter's role. Brunson achieved a career-high 50 points, hitting on all 9 of his three-point attempts. Julius Randle contributed 23 points, as the Knicks secured a 139-122 victory over the Phoenix Suns. Brunson's remarkable shooting performance included connecting on 17 of 23 shots, highlighted by a perfect 12 for 12 in the second half. His final three-pointer brought his total to 50 points for the night, accompanied by 5 steals. Notably, Brunson became the first player in Knicks franchise history to score 50 points while hitting 9 three-pointers. The victory marked the Knicks' second win in 3 games. Despite the Suns holding a 10-point lead midway through the third quarter, they settled for a slim 99-97 advantage heading into the fourth. Brunson played a crucial role in keeping the Knicks competitive, contributing 19 points in the quarter on flawless 7-for-7 shooting, including 5 three-pointers. Coach Tom Thibodeau praised Brunson's exceptional shooting after the game. The Knicks secured the lead for good with a 13-4 run early in the fourth, maintaining control and pulling away in the final minutes. In Phoenix on Friday night, Jalen Brunson achieved a historic feat, scoring 50 points on 9 three-pointers without any misses, a unique accomplishment that sets him apart in his own category. But this game was about more than just the numbers. The Knicks' comeback win was a statement a message to the basketball world that they are a team to be taken seriously. And it was against a formidable opponent, none other than Kevin Durant, known as one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. Durant was the player the Knicks tried to acquire 4 years ago, but fell short. The absence of such a player has been a recurring theme whenever the Knicks are discussed on the national stage. The narrative echoes the belief that without a player of Durant's caliber, the team remains a noteworthy, but ultimately incomplete story. The Knicks faced formidable adversaries in Phoenix, Durant and Devin Booker, who had connections to CAA and was once seen as a potential transformative player for the Knicks. The challenge was heightened by the absence of their defensive anchor and a demanding December schedule. Durant's decade-long undefeated streak against the Knicks and Booker's recent game winner at the Garden added to the aura of the formidable opposition. However, amidst the seemingly insurmountable combined powers of these stars, Jalen Brunson showed that he can defy expectations and shine on the court. This game was more than just a win. It was a statement. The Knicks are a force to be reckoned with, and Jalen Brunson is the player leading the charge. Forget what the pundits say. The Knicks already have their superstar in Jalen Brunson. Despite being overlooked in the draft and forced to endure a playoff benching in Dallas, Brunson continues to prove his doubters wrong once again with this historic performance. In the aftermath of a disappointing defeat, the Knicks turned to Brunson for a miracle, and he delivered. In just 16 minutes, he scored an unbelievable 35 points, making all 12 of his shots, including 8 from beyond the arc. His individual effort almost matched the entire Suns team's scoring in the second half. But let's not forget the collective efforts of Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes, Isaiah Hartenstein, Emmanuel Quickley, and Josh Hart. Together, they contributed to this victory and to the Knicks' competitiveness in every game, debunking the myth that they lack star power. As trade talks swirl around adding a star player to the roster, Brunson's incredible performance only amplifies the conversation. Everyone agrees that supporting Brunson will take the Knicks to new heights. The future may be uncertain, but for now, led by Brunson, the Knicks are a force to be reckoned with. Even Kevin Durant recognizes Brunson's impact, calling him the franchise and predicting a Hall of Fame career if he keeps performing at this level. Don't sleep on Brunson. He's the superstar the Knicks have been waiting for. Clippers 144, Knicks 122. Jalen Brunson, coming off his career-high 50-point performance in Phoenix, contributed 22 points against the Clippers. Julius Randle also added 22 points, while RJ Barrett and Donte DiVincenzo both scored 18 points, with DiVincenzo hitting 5 three-pointers. Despite the offensive output, the Knicks narrowly avoided surrendering their highest point total since 1990. Coach Tom Thibodeau acknowledged the team's current struggles in playing solid defense, emphasizing the need for improvement and a better collective effort. Brunson, who had a perfect 9 of 9 performance from beyond the arc against the Suns, went 2 of 5 against the Clippers. Josh Hart was ejected after receiving 2 quick technicals for his comments to refs early in the second quarter. Russell Westbrook gestured farewell as Hart left the court. Randle also engaged with the refs and received a technical towards the end of the second quarter. Thibodeau acknowledged the frustration with the tightly called game, but emphasized the importance of staying focused and not letting such situations distract the team. Surprisingly, this game remained competitive for approximately 21 minutes. Despite playing on the second night of a back-to-back following an emotional roller coaster win on Friday, the Knicks stayed in contention against the Clippers, who had a strong start. The Knicks even showed glimpses of solid NBA defense during a stretch in the second quarter, managing to take a 61-57 lead with 3:37 left in the half after a three-pointer by Brunson. However, things took a turn for the worse as the Clippers went on a scoring spree, leaving the Knicks trailing by 22 points in the third quarter. Despite a small glimmer of hope for a comeback, the Clippers maintained control and extended their lead. The Knicks coach eventually waved the white flag and brought in the third-string subs midway through the fourth quarter. Speaking of the game, Mike Breen shared some insightful thoughts about the challenges of defending modern NBA offenses. No question, was he right. The level of skill and shooting mastery in the league today is off the charts. It's a whole different ball game compared to just a decade ago. The top offense in 2013-14 wouldn't even crack the top 25 now, and the number of players taking and making three-pointers has skyrocketed. Scoring 20 points per game used to be the mark of an all-star, but now it barely gets you a spot on the leaderboard. With all these changes, it's no longer about defense dictating the game. Now it's offense versus offense, and the team that can minimize defensive vulnerabilities will come out on top. The Knicks have made positive strides in their offensive performance, ranking third in the league over the last 18 games. Their improved effectiveness on offense is evident through their fifth-best effective field goal percentage during this period. However, there is a downside to this progress. The team now feels the pressure to score 130 points or more just to keep up with their opponents. On the defensive end, things have taken a turn for the worse. Once a strong point, the Knicks' defense has plummeted to a tie for 15th in the league. In just 7 games this month, they have allowed a staggering increase of nearly 20 points per 100 possessions compared to a few weeks ago. Not only does this place the Knicks dead last in the league defensively, but it also surpasses the inefficiency of the 29th-ranked team by over 3 points per 100 possessions. The decline is significant, no matter how you look at it. Of course, there are factors to consider that may have contributed to this decline. The Knicks have faced tough competition, including teams with top offenses like Boston, Milwaukee, and the Clippers. Additionally, matchups against bigger teams like Utah and Toronto pose challenges for the Knicks, given their abundance of guards. One interesting aspect to note is the opponent's three-point shooting accuracy in recent games. Teams facing the Knicks have been shooting exceptionally well from beyond the arc, with a high success rate on open and wide-open threes. While the Knicks have conceded a high frequency of open threes, they have also limited the frequency of wide-open threes, suggesting some element of bad luck. However, despite these factors, it's difficult to find excuses for allowing nearly 900 points in just 7 games. There seems to be a fundamental issue with the Knicks' defense, and unfortunately, there are no immediate solutions in sight. Mitchell Robinson's absence has had a profound impact on the Knicks' defensive performance. Despite being the best defensive rebounding team in the league during the first 18 games, the Knicks have plummeted to the second-to-last position in this category this month. Additionally, they find themselves second-to-last in December for forcing turnovers, a significant drop from their 9th ranking at the end of November. Robinson's impact was crucial in both offensive and defensive rebounding, where he excelled at securing boards at both ends of the court, and in his remarkable development as a pick-and-roll defender who could adeptly defend against 2 opponents simultaneously. Jericho Sims, the replacement in the starting lineup, struggled during Saturday night's game, seemingly overwhelmed by the challenge. The team's defensive performance with the current starters has been concerning, allowing an alarming number of points per possession. It's important to remember that the defensive struggles have persisted even when Robinson and Hartenstein have played with the current starting 4, albeit in limited sample sizes. On the offensive front, the combination of DiVincenzo, Brunson, Randle, and Barrett has been effective, but they have encountered difficulties on defense. While there may be a temptation to place blame on Donte DiVincenzo, his performance with the backup unit suggests otherwise. In that lineup, he excelled with a commendable defensive rating. His current position as the primary defensive guard in the starting 5 may not suit his skills. One potential solution could be reverting to the previous starting lineup by swapping DiVincenzo back to the bench for Grimes. However, this decision would have trade-offs and could impact offensive efficiency. DiVincenzo has seamlessly integrated into the offensive scheme, making significant contributions. the Knicks could consider shaking up the lineup and putting Josh Hart as a starter. His defensive stats are on point, with a differential of minus 9.4 points per 100 possessions. That's even better than Quickley, who helps the Knicks allow 6.4 fewer points per 100 when he's on the court. These numbers align with visual observations. But hold up, there's a difference between Quickley and Hart. Quickley's got some serious offensive skills and can spread the floor, while Hart brings some size to handle one-on-one matchups. These two together make the Knicks' defense shine, with a solid 108.9 defensive rating in over 900 possessions this season. The tricky part is finding enough playing time for them when they're not starting. Starting Hart comes with a challenge, though. When he's on the court alongside three other shooters who may not command defensive respect from long range, the spacing gets wonky. That's where Quickley comes in. People have been talking about his playing time, and Thibodeau wants to make sure at least 2 out of the 4, Brunson, Barrett, Randall, or Quickley, are always on the court together. With that in mind, starting all 4 at the same time just ain't gonna work. While giving Quickley more minutes seems like an obvious solution, it might not fix the Knicks' defensive issues. The Knicks could try replacing the struggling Sims with Hartenstein or Taj in the starting lineup. But honestly, it might not have a huge impact on the bigger defensive challenges the team is facing. Right now, Coach Thibodeau is limited to making small adjustments because the main trio, Jalen, Julius, and RJ, are still holding things back defensively. They've been a problem since last season, with a defensive rating that ranks pretty low. And that's even with Robinson and Grimes joining the starting 5, where they defended like champs. But here's the thing. There's no easy fix for this. Brunson and Randall ain't going anywhere, and Barrett might not be a defensive master, but he's the best out of the 3. And with RJ's playing time already limited, it's hard to mix things up even more. The Knicks really miss Mitchell Robinson, as he was holding it down on defense. Without him, the Knicks gotta figure things out, as there are no quick answers or lineup changes. Honestly, everyone involved needs to think about how they want the season to go. Yeah, it's a tough ask for the offensive stars to carry a heavy load, but they gotta step up their defense and give it their all. It's a critical moment for the team, and they gotta commit to playing some decent defense. Knicks 114, Lakers 109. In a captivating showdown, Jalen Brunson's clutch fourth-quarter performance propelled the Knicks to a thrilling 114-109 victory over the star-studded Los Angeles Lakers. Brunson's 29-point display, including 11 points in the fourth quarter, proved to be the game-changer. But it wasn't just Brunson who shone on the court. Julius Randle's 27 points and 14 rebounds demonstrated his invaluable contributions, while Immanuel Quickley's 20 points added to the Knicks' firepower. Despite facing challenges, such as the absence of injured center Mitchell Robinson and an early ankle sprain for Jericho Sims, the Knicks exhibited true resilience. Randall's clutch three-pointer and a missed shot by LeBron James in the crucial moments sealed the deal for the Knicks, marking their second road victory against the Lakers in 2023. Coach Tom Thibodeau praised the team's mental toughness and ability to overcome adversity, highlighting their mental fortitude. With a remarkable defensive rating of 106.9, the lowest in 9 games and the fourth lowest in their last 19, the team had arguably their best defensive showing this season. From the opening tip, each player showed a personal commitment to defense, with impeccable closeouts, seamless rotations, and intensified efforts on screens and loose balls. The Knicks also excelled on the boards, securing a +11 rebounding margin, their second highest in the last 13 games. While they recorded only 5 steals, their active hands disrupted passing lanes and caused numerous deflections, throwing off the Lakers' offensive rhythm. In essence, the Knicks demonstrated an unmatched desire for victory. making this game a memorable testament to hopefully their improved defensive mastery and collective will to win. In this game, Tom Thibodeau made some interesting changes to his usual strategies. The most notable change was Julius Randle playing extended minutes, replacing RJ in the second and fourth quarters. This adjustment was likely made to match Randle's playing time with LeBron's, adding an intriguing element to the game. We should keep an eye on this possible trend moving forward. We also saw Quickly play for a longer time than usual, even in a close game. He played alongside Jalen Brunson for an extended period, making it one of his longest appearances this season. As a result, Quentin Grimes had less playing time and only played 11 minutes. Despite not shooting well, Grimes performed well defensively in his limited time on the court. This team's true character consistently shines through during the most critical moments, showing its true value. The essence of character, however, becomes apparent when facing challenges rather than during times of prosperity. This victory wasn't easy or pretty, as the Knicks struggled with their shooting. They only made 10 out of 30 three-pointers, their lowest percentage in a win this season. Despite the Lakers' strong performance, with AD scoring 32 points and grabbing 14 rebounds, and LeBron's 25-point triple-double, along with Austin Reeves contributing 20 points off the bench, the Knicks persevered. They faced a tough challenge when the Lakers went on a 19-6 run to end the first half, followed by a 5-0 run to start the third quarter. This resulted in a major swing in momentum in just a few minutes. A weaker team might have crumbled under that pressure. However, the Knicks displayed resilience like a seasoned boxer, taking punches and delivering methodical jabs consistently. It may not have been their most exciting win, but considering the challenges they faced, it was one of their most impressive team performances this season. Up next, the Knicks are gearing up for a two-game series against the Milwaukee Bucks on December 23rd and Christmas Day. These matchups will serve as a significant gauge of the Knicks' current standing, given that the Bucks are on a 5-game winning streak and currently the hottest team in the Eastern Conference. Despite falling short in their previous two encounters with the Bucks this season, the Knicks will enjoy the advantage of playing on their home court in this upcoming series. Following these games, the Knicks will hit the road to take on teams like Oklahoma City, Orlando, and Indiana before returning home to face Minnesota and Chicago. With most of these teams boasting winning records, except for Chicago, this stretch will be crucial in determining whether the Knicks can maintain their elevated performance and compete with the league's top-tier teams. The outcome of these upcoming games will be pivotal in solidifying the Knicks' position as one of the NBA's elite teams.